with another video. Sorry if I sound really downbeat. I am like super tired. I had like the longest freaking weekend, and right now, current time, like not when you're watching this, but like while I'm filming this, it's like the day after Labor Day, and I stayed up really late, so I'm just like meh. And then I didn't want to put on makeup because this pimple that I got or whatever. So yeah, we're giving you 17-year-old Naja vibes right now. Y'all know I gotta come with the videos, so that's why I'm here, okay? So I'm going to be doing a story time about like the most awkward meetup I have ever went to. And I just thought I would tell this story because I'm almost at 100K, and I told you guys that if I got there, I wanted to do a meetup somewhere in Florida so that, you know, we could all chill with each other, and so we could all chill with each other, you know, put a comment username to a face and stuff, like, because sometimes some of you guys that comment, I like remember, you know, like I know you boo. Sometimes meetups can be really awkward. Sometimes meetups can be portrayed a certain way, and then you get to them and then it's weird. Then that's just this situation. If you end up liking this video, make sure you click that like button, okay? It would help me out a lot. If you click the like button, my face will clear up and I'll be back. All right, so for starters, this was going on maybe around like when I was 17 or 18 years old. I really, for the life of me, don't remember like the exact age. But if any of you guys were on Tumblr at around like 2012, 2013, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there was this weird boom of like Tumblr, hypebeast, fashion type stuff. Like, I really wish that YouTube would go through this boom where it's mainly like a platform that's really dominated by like non-POC people, and then like out of nowhere they just dominate the whole like okay, I'm trying to word this correctly so that I don't offend some people. How could I say this? Okay, so basically when you get on Tumblr, you think of, well, back in that time, you think of like white girls with galaxy leggings, maybe some blogs with some photography, you know, maybe some cat posts, like memes, but they're not really memes, it's more like BuzzFeed type memes. But then out of nowhere, there was like this boom of like Black kids, Latina kids, Asian kids, and they were all dressed up really nice. They would do photo shoots to the point where all subsections of Tumblr were retweeting them, and they became like somewhat of celebrities, using that term very loosely because now that I'm like in a position of like an internet social media person, I would not consider myself a celebrity, but back then they were considered celebrities, and some of those people from that era have actually progressed to be actual celebrities. Like the main one that I could think of is Justine Skye. Another person would be, unfortunately, because I just don't fucking like this guy, look him up and you'll probably figure out why I don't like him, Ian Connor. So yeah, a lot of the people from, oh, and there's another girl, Diana, who ended up being an American Apparel model. Like there's a lot of people from that little boom of POC taking over Tumblr shit, right, ended up elevating onto other things. So what they would do is they would host meetups where they would be like, okay, we're gonna have a meetup at Central Park at 2 p.m. and everybody show up, and it would just be a hell of people there. Everybody's taking pictures. It's super cool, it's super breezy, super friendly. It's in Central Park, you know, so we got the picnics out, you got like, and it wasn't no type of bougie shit how like some YouTubers do where they'll be like very selective of who they want to take pictures with or whatever. Like they realize that I'm at a meetup, people are here to see me, so I'm gonna take a picture with somebody regardless of how they look, regardless of what they're wearing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, regardless if it's gonna benefit me or not, I'm gonna take a picture with this person because they support me. In my opinion, that's how it should be at meetups. As you guys know, I live in Jacksonville, Florida, bless. And literally, oh, but before I get into that, so you guys know that even though I live in Jacksonville, Florida, I am from New York. So every summer until I was like a senior in high school, because then I had to start paying for college, but I moved here when I was 7, but every single summer since I've lived in Florida, I have gone to New York. So it's kind of like I grew up in two places. I had this one girl comment on my video talking about,
girl, you always talk about you from New York, but you haven't lived there in XYZ.
And I'm like, bitch, I basically went to school in Florida and then like went and spent my summers in New York. Like I had completely separate friends. Like it was like a cool little, you know, culture mix. Like it would be kind of like a culture shock because, you know, I would go up there with some Florida slang and then, you know, people would say that I had an accent and I sound like a cowboy, and then I would come back down to Florida and people would be like, what the fuck what are you talking about? Like, so it was like a constant juggle, but it was really cool to have two cultures, like so environments really. But one year when I was in high school, when this whole Tumblr boom of like, you know, different cultures being very internet famous or whatever at the time, I was in Brooklyn, and once I hit a certain age, like my family really let me venture out to the city by myself, because my hometown is only 20 minutes away from Brooklyn and the boroughs and all that shit, right? So I would take a train from the burbs, come to the city, but my uncle had an apartment in Brooklyn, so sometimes I would stay with him just to make it easier. So, you know, I'm walking in and about, and I actually ran into a few of these people, and they're really cool people, you know, like I ran into this one fashion designer that was really popping on Tumblr, like, and if I don't know any of these people's names, I hope I remember when I'm editing to like put their pictures up. But so yeah, my idea of a meetup was like that, okay? That's how my idea of a meetup was. So in my city, now backtracking to what I was saying, in my city in Jacksonville, like we didn't really have internet, social media type, you get what I'm saying? Like even now, like I don't really know a lot of social media people based out of Jacksonville. Like I really don't. Like I know like a handful, and by handful I mean like 3 people in Jacksonville that are actually like YouTubers. Like I don't know anybody that does any type of social media work. I know this one dude that does like he tries to, what's the name for, I don't want to say he tries to be like Boom Gang, but he kind of just like runs into grocery stores and gas stations and pretends to be a crackhead and knocks stuff down, like, you know, very like 2016 Vine humor. I don't know, I'm not trying to hate, I'm just saying, like, you get what I'm saying? Like my city don't really do shit like that. But back in that time, there were some people that would like take pictures and that shit would go viral or whatever, but mainly like over Twitter and stuff. So, and there was this one girl, and I still follow her on Twitter till this day, and she's like a completely different person. And I feel so bad because the interaction we had was like, I was being such a bitch, but okay, we're just gonna get into it. You guys might not like me. Now that I'm like reflecting on like how it all went down, you guys probably aren't gonna like me. But hey, I'm not one of those people that are just like, oh, everybody did me wrong. Like, no, I'm not fucking perfect. I can be a dick sometimes, okay? Like, I'm being real. So, there was this girl, we're gonna call her, I almost called her by her Twitter handle. That shit's changed though, but what should I call her? We're gonna call her Magic, because I have a purse in front of me and it says Black Girl Magic. So we're gonna call her Magic. So Magic was one of those people that wasn't like in the in crowd, but she knew a lot of people that were. So like she would try to network and stuff like that. So she made this flyer and was like, yeah, we're all gonna have a meetup. It's gonna be like a picnic style, blah, blah, blah. Anybody can show up. We're gonna, you know, you get what I'm saying? So because the people that were retweeting it or reposting it were not on like the social media level as like the New York people that I knew, you get what I'm saying? I didn't expect it to be, I expected it to be a certain way. Like when she said picnic, I assumed picnic, okay? Like I've hung out with my niggas in New York, and when we go to do a picnic, we lay a fucking blanket out and we sit in Central Park, or we sit at any park, and you know, we chop it up. Like, you get what I'm saying? There doesn't even have to be food involved. We just chopping it up, chilling. Like maybe even smoke a J or something, you know? So that's what I'm assuming is going on, because the people that are retweeting it or like reposting it aren't on no like social media level type shit. Like I'm not thinking it's like a networking event. I'm thinking it's a fucking, you know, hangout sesh for real. So I see it going around, and at that time I did have a really big following on Tumblr. A few of those people did hit me up and were like, hey, will you please come to this event? Will you please come to this event? And I don't know why, when people were hitting me up directly, it still didn't click in my head like, bitch, this might be like a networking marketing type of thing. It's not like a picnic, but whatever. So I told my ex about it, because at that, like I said, I had a really big following on Tumblr. Like people at school would like come up to me and be like, hey, I saw your stuff on Tumblr, blah, blah, blah. Like whatever. Like I thought I wanted to be a little editorial model back then. I don't fucking know. I told my ex, I'm like, yeah, like I guess we should go. Like I really want to go. It'd be really cool to meet people, blah, blah, blah. He was like, okay, cool. So he said, okay, cool on Monday, but then the picnic was on Saturday, and then on Friday night, out of nowhere, oh, I got some stuff I need to do. And if y'all see my story times, y'all probably already know what this nigga was about to go do. But I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go. Little did I know, and I didn't find this out until like years later, maybe like a year ago. So when I was 21, I found out this information, but this happened back when I was like 16, 17, right? So, or 17, 18. It's like 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that gap. And little did I know that my ex was cool with the majority of the people that were gonna be at this event. And he had already built up this image of me to keep me distant from his friends so that his friends wouldn't form a relationship with me and keep me on game on his dog ass behavior. So little did I know, he probably wasn't even doing dog shit. He probably just didn't want to get caught in that mesh of different stories. You get, does that make any sense? So I didn't even know that I'm walking into a situation where people already have this preconceived notion of me. I was just so oblivious to so much shit. Like, I will completely own up to that. When I was younger, I used to be naive and oblivious to shit that would just be like smacking me in my fucking face. Like, when I look back on shit, I'm like, bitch, are you fucking dumb? Like, really? So the day comes, you know, I get dressed, I got a blunt, you know, because I'm thinking it's, I already told y'all what I thought. I had a blunt, I had my picnic blanket, and I have some sunglasses, and you know, I pull up and it's at a park in Riverside. Now, as soon as we pulled up, I already had like a feeling like, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. Because what I thought it was gonna be, like I told y'all, when I hear Meetup, they said Meetup, picnic, hangout, right? I was expecting it to be like what I saw from my New York homies or whatever, like the New York influencers and stuff, where it would be like, there's influencers there, but there's also gonna be other people that support those influencers. Y'all, when I tell you, it was just influencers there, if you wanna even call them influencers, just like Instagram, Twitter people there. Like, it wasn't like there were any just regular ass people. Like, I was just like, oh, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Like, if you guys want to think about it to like try to make it so you can get the vision in your head, imagine like all of the fucking beauty gurus thinking it's gonna be a meetup, and then they just go to the event and it's just all beauty gurus and there's nobody there trying to buy their shit or take pictures with them or nothing. It's just like all of them, and they're just standing there like,
hey, I know I subtweeted you last week, but what's up?
Like awkward, like what the fuck? Get there and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke some of this J so I can like have like a little bit less inhibitions and maybe try to socialize a little bit. Cause there were people there that I knew, but it's like I only know them from social media. Like, I haven't really had a conversation with them, but my ex had. Like, he had hung out with some of these people before. So my ex just dropped my ass off and drives away like somebody daddy dropping the kid off at daycare with some new fucking people, you get what I'm saying? So I lay out my little spread and, you know, I sit down and I like, you know, I'm scoping out the arrangement. There are some people taking pictures on the playground, you know, there are some people taking pictures sitting in mulch. There are some people, it's just like everybody's taking pictures of each other. Like, I don't know what it was, like even today, even from a young age, I just don't like that fucking. For example, you know how when people go to a concert, they just record the whole fucking concert instead of living in the concert and enjoying the, like, I feel you, once you get to the concert, you take your snippet and then you put your phone in your fanny pack, you get what I'm saying? But like those people that record the whole fucking show, like, it's like you're not living in the moment, and that's just, that shit just felt so like fake to me. Like, I was like, yo, this is like a mistake, and I just wanted to call my ex and be like, yo, turn around. I already know I'm not gonna fit in with these people, because I wasn't expecting to take no fucking pictures with them and try to fake like, oh yeah, we're just having a jolly old time together. Like, so I was like, oh god, this is awkward. So I lit my blunt, and it was almost as if it was like, what are those birds called? Seagulls. Like, you know, you drop a chip on the sand, all them seagulls, or no, for the seagulls from fucking Finding Nemo. Where everyone just looked at me, right? Only one dude and two girls, I believe, like actually came up to me, and they were actually very nice. Like, I appreciated it. And they come up to me like, hey,
why are you sitting all by yourself.
Oh, you know, I thought this was a picnic. I thought we were all gonna be sitting. Like, am I tripping? Am I tripping, bruh? Am I tripping? All of my up north people, shit, maybe some of y'all in the south have that same type of culture. I just know in Jacksonville they don't do it here. Like, don't y'all, when y'all go to a picnic, there's gonna be not only you, but like multiple people with a blanket, maybe food, maybe some wine, maybe a blunt, and just chilling. Like, I didn't know this was a photo shoot. That's what y'all should have said. This is gonna be a hangout / photo shoot for promo, free promo. That's what it should have fucking said. So I'm just like, you know, I didn't know that it was gonna be all of this. Like, I'm just gonna sit over here and smoke my blunt.
Yeah, you know, I seen you on Tumblr, blah, blah, blah.
I'm like, yeah, bruh, you know, that's what's up. And,
You know, I have XYZ amount of followers.
oh, that's cool. Like, and we're having small talk, and she was like,
All right, well, I gotta go and take some more pictures, okay? But you can like totally come over here and take pictures with us. Like, that would be so awesome if I could get a picture with you and her over there.
okay. And then in my head, I'm like, baby girl, what is your name though? Like, they were literally all calling each other by their like fucking @names and shit. Like, I don't, it just felt weird. Like, that shit just was weirding me out. I was like, oh my God. So I'm smoking my J. Now, the girl who organized the whole event, who I mentioned earlier, the girl Magic, I don't know where Magic walks up on me, right? And in my defense, Magic came on to me with an attitude.
Why are you sitting over here by yourself?
I'm just minding my business. And she looked at me and she was like,
well, I'm gonna need you to get up and go socialize with the other people. You know, this is just what we're doing, good vibes, socialize, you get what I'm saying?
and I'm just looking at her, I'm like, sis, y'all are not socializing. Y'all are taking pictures of each other. Like, y'all are not socializing. This shit is fucking weird. Like, it's like y'all are taking pictures just to say, oh, I stood by this person and breathed this person's breath. Like, I don't get it. So I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm just gonna chill here.
All right.
And then she left or whatever, right? Had a little attitude, but I'm like, girl, like, you acting like you just put together like a fucking bat mitzvah or some shit. Like, this is not no big ass event. Like, I thought this was gonna be chill and y'all act like, sis. Oh my God. After a while, I was like, I'm really not about to like waste my whole blunt at this shenanigans. I had already texted my ex once Magic came over to me. I was like, yo, pick me up. Like, I'm ready to go. Pick me up or I'm about to start walking around Riverside because this is just awkward. Like, this is weird. And guys, I'm normally like a very social person. It's just that shit felt so ingenuine. Like, and I thought that things were gonna turn around when that girl came over to me and was like talking to me and I was talking to her. And then she kind of just cut the whole thing off like, well, come over here and take pictures with us. And I'm like, bitch, no. So Magic comes back over to me again.
Look, you really need to get up and socialize.
And then like 3 other people came up to me like,
Yeah, come on, like, let's take pictures, let's do this, blah, blah, blah.
and I was like, I'm not really trying to do that. Like, I'm trying to hang out. Does anybody want to hit my blunt? Like, anybody just want to chill and talk type shit? And one girl did sit with me, you know, and we cheaped a little bit and we talked a little bit. And then, you know, after she got what she wanted from my blunt, I put the blunt out. And then, cause I don't know you, like, I'm not about to let you chief off my blunt. I wasn't born yesterday. So she got up and went back over to take some more pictures. Thank the Lord, Buddha, Allah, Muhammad, all of them. My ex-boyfriend pulled up and I just scooped all of my shit up, put it in my messenger bag, and I just walked to the fucking car. And everybody's just staring at me like, I already knew they probably thought I was like a stuck-up bitch, but it's just like shit like that just, I don't know. Like, I just value genuine interactions and shit. Like, even like when certain YouTubers hit me up, I always make sure to come off like, hey, I really don't care for a collab. Like, I don't really care for any of it. Like, if it evolves into that in the future, that's fucking amazing, that's cool. But I always want to establish like an actual connection with people before I blend our brands together. And bitch, I didn't even have a fucking brand back then. Like, yeah, I still had Voodoo Child back then, but it wasn't anything how it is now, if that makes any sense. So if I was that protective of my brand back then, y'all already know today I don't play about that shit. Like, even when people hit me up in my city, and before they even say, hi, how are you doing? They say, hey, I'm doing what you doing, let's collab. When it's like, bruh, that's only benefiting you. Like, it would make me feel less shitty benefiting you if I knew you were a good person and that we meshed and we clicked and that my viewers are gonna like you, they're gonna like you being on my channel. Like, it's because when that type of marketing happens, the only person that's benefiting is that third party, because if I don't feel you, my audience don't feel you, my tribe don't feel you, like, who's winning? Like, yeah, that was my first awkward meetup experience. I'm pretty sure y'all are gonna think that I was a total bitch. Like, I feel like I was acting really stuck up and bitchy. Like, I could have at least attempted to socialize with them instead of sitting off in the corner. Like, I'll own that shit. I just wasn't feeling the vibe. I just wasn't feeling the vibe whatsoever. It just felt weird. I don't know if anything similar to this has ever happened to you guys, whether it be like at school, like at a school dance, or like, you know, at a pep rally. Like, I don't know, just, I'm trying to think of any other situation this happened. Or maybe you've actually been to a content creators meetup and it was awkward. Like, I wanna know you guys' experiences below. I'm pretty sure y'all are gonna agree with me and think I was being petty. I don't know, but yeah, that's all I got with that one. I will see you guys next time. Bye.